are you following? Oh, when you look at the life of Christ, and I want to talk about, how Christ, these different ways that Christ suffered, because, we talk about the crucifixion, but we never really break it down into what did he really go through on that cross, on that crucifixion. What did he go through? Right? So I say to you, the first thing that Christ endured was physical pain. And here I want to talk to the person who's being physically abused. So you might be sitting there with bruises. Oh, you are in pain. I want to talk to you, right? Christ endured physical abuse. Because remember, we said we have a high priest. It says, well, we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weakness, right? So he suffered physical abuse, physical pain. I say to you, he was inflicted with pain and blood loss. Remember the blood that was just shed on the streets. Oh, imagine the agony that he was in, the pain that he felt physically, right? And I say to you, as each lash that they gave him ripped off his skin. Each lash that they gave him, because it had like things like this, claws that just went into his skin and it would rip off his skin. It says to the point where his inner skeletal muscles were exposed. Oh, imagine that kind of physical pain. So if you're going through physical abuse now, you're not praying to a God who doesn't understand what you're going through. Remember what he went through. Remember what he went through. They put the horn on his head and they pressed it down on his head so that they put the crown on his head, right? And they pressed it down and the thorns just went in. The thorns went in. They nailed his hands to the cross. What kind of physical abuse is that? And he went through it. So this God that you are praying to has gone through it. He knows the pain that you are in that abuse state, in that bloodshed, in those bruises that you are covered in.